Thank you for staying with us. The Western Cape is well known for its scenic beauty and a wealth of tourist destinations. With an abundance of hiking trails, you have a choice between coastal or mountain hikes. But just like many other parts of the country, the COVID-19 pandemic has had a devastating impact on the tourism industry in the province. Let's discuss tourism recovery then with the Western Cape. Now, we're able to speak to now tonight. Let's bring in our guests. We're joined by the Western Cape Tourism Trade and Investment Promotion Agency's Head of Leisure Tourism, Julia Louw. Julia, very good evening to you. Welcome to the program. So you must be thrilled that you're able to welcome tourists under level 1 restrictions this year, because the picture was quite different, wasn't it, last year?
Hi, yes, good evening to you and your listeners, and thank you for having me. It is most definitely a incredibly celebrational Friday night, considering that we've been taken off the red list. So yes, a very happy day for the tourism and hospitality sector.
I was speaking 2 days ago, just after the UK announced that there would be a lifting of the ban on international travel between the UK and South Africa, and one of the travel agents we spoke to was saying they were already getting a lot of calls from people who wanted to come enjoy a seaside Christmas, ring in the new year along the beaches. Are you seeing a lot of that pick up?
Yes, so definitely we'll see a lot of new forward bookings coming as a result of our beautiful wide open spaces that the Western Cape has on offer. And it's that entire narrative of being out in nature and being out, in our oceans and our mountains and our winelands. We've got so much to offer in a safe COVID environment. So we're looking forward to engaging with the sector and to see what the forward book is looking like. But we are already seeing very positive sentiment coming out of the industry. And so yes, very exciting.
And quite apt, isn't it, Julia, that your theme for the year then is "We Are Open"? That is your campaign.
Most definitely. The Western Cape is very much open for business, and that is why we did that entire narrative of get in a good space, far away feeling. It drives the narrative that, we're a world in one province. You can come to the Western Cape and you could be anywhere in the world, literally. So we really are driving that narrative of far away feeling.
December is obviously the buzz period that we all focus on, because that's when we as well as South Africans travel. But in your neck of the woods, you also see a lot of people coming through late January, peaking around February.
Yes, that's correct. So for the Western Cape now, in the December period is when we see a lot of our domestic travelers. So from Gauteng, KZN, there's a big source domestic markets for us. And then for our forward book in February and March, we see a lot of our international source markets come through. So UK, Netherlands, Germany, France. So yes, February and March is another big bumper season or bumper months for Cape Town and the Western Cape.
And in terms of recovery, right, what are your expectations about how well you can do? Because it's not going to be an overnight process.
No, it's definitely not going to be an overnight process, but it is very clear that there is a massive pent-up demand for travel. And as I alluded to earlier, Cape Town and the Western Cape just has that perfect backdrop in order for people to travel safely. We have the Safe Travel stamp of approval from the World Travel and Tourism Council. We have world-class hospitals in the province should anything happen. We really do just provide the perfect backdrop for people to come to Cape Town and the Western Cape, to holiday safely, and just to, really get in a good space.
I was talking earlier in the run-up to our conversation about how, when we think about the Western Cape, we think about Cape Town and the beaches, but there's actually so much out of the city to see.
Absolutely. So of our 6 regions or districts, besides Weskus, the Winelands, the Overberg, the Elgin Valley, there is so much to do in Cape Town and the Western Cape. And I think we focus a lot on the metro, but within 2 hours of Cape Town, you can be in the beautiful Cedarburg. You're in the beautiful Elgin Valley. We have the Marine Big Six. It's just incredible what this province has to offer.
You mentioned the winelands. I heard a lot of cheers in this building, people saying they're suddenly quite thirsty on a Friday night.
Yeah, it's definitely past my wine time, that's for sure.
Well, maybe next time we do this, we can do this with a glass of wine. And children as well, because a lot of families like to come to Cape Town. So you also have a lot of attractions, shall we say, that speak to the family unit.
Yes, most definitely. So last year during, our heavy lockdowns, we had a very strong kids stay free narrative as the Western Cape, because it is such a child-friendly destination. And most of the hotels offer child activities. They do offer kids stay free packages. There really is so much to do in the Western Cape for families. And multi-generational travel from an international perspective. We're seeing a lot of that, where the grandparents together with the mom and dad, together with the kids. And now that we've proven that we can pretty much work from anywhere, people are coming for longer stays as well, because You know, hubby can be in the hotel working while the kids and mom are at the beach, you know. So it really does prove what a family-friendly destination we are.
It's fantastic, isn't it, just what you're saying, that while the pandemic has been so devastating, not all of its effects have been bad, because you're now exploring essentially a different avenue of raising money from tourism.
Absolutely. I think it's been so key. You know, I know the word collaboration has been thrown around so much in the times of COVID and the pandemic, but collaboration in the sense that we as the hospitality and tourism sector have realized how important the domestic market is any region in marketing their offering. And I think the domestic market has also realized what is on offer in this beautiful province of ours. You know, we're so quick to hop on a plane and, you know, go to the Alps and go skiing. Yet we just have so much literally on our back door. And I think we've learned, or a lesson from COVID has been that we need to, you know, look where you live before you start embarking on another journey. So yes, there have been some wonderful take-home lessons as a result of the pandemic.
It's interesting that you mentioned domestic tourism, because often we underestimate, we underestimate just how much people in South Africa want to travel, right?
Absolutely. South Africans have a love for travel, and we have a love for road trips. I mean, I don't know anywhere else in the world where there are so many padstalletjies, you know, en route, and you stop and you have a roosterkoek, or you buy confit from the local tannie, you know, in the little small dorpies. We actually call them the small villages, towns, and dorpies at Westville. So we try and promote that regional spread into the outlying areas. So again, South Africans love a road trip, they love a roosterbrood, and they love, you know, good old home-fashioned confit. So it's very clear how interested the domestic traveller is on getting out there.
Julia, so good to speak to you. Julia is with the Western Cape Tourism Trade and Investment Promotion Agency, where she is head of leisure travel. Julia Louw, thank you for your time tonight.
Thank you for your time.